Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Eaudetreasure. This is Steven. I'm about to go out to work. I have about 15 minutes to shoot this video, so I'm going to do this as quickly as possible. Got a vintage fragrance in here that I've never covered before on this channel. And I also have another bonus fragrance in here that I have covered many times on this channel. We're going to talk about a Davidoff classic, or Davidoff classic, that I've never heard of before until I saw it being sold online. Seems to be rare. It seems to be a discontinued vintage and interesting fragrance, which is what I like to cover on this channel. So let's check it out. This one is called Davidoff Relax. Check out this bottle. I'm going to tell you what it smells like. I'm going to tell you what's in the fragrance, the notes, and just give you my quick impression on this one. The seller actually had two fragrances that I was interested in. And that's such a trap, guys. If you guys are shopping online, like on eBay or any of these websites, when you see something you like, and then you look at the seller's other sales, and then you start filling up the cart, and you just spend a lot of money. Happens to me. All right, let's look at this one first. You guys know what this is. Obviously, this is a little bonus fragrance in the video that you didn't expect to see. I guess the seller just listed their products with a sticker on it. Does this come off easy? Yeah, it does. Good. All right, so the bottle, I saw that this wasn't really in great shape. The bottle looked a little bit dirty, and it's a 50 ml. It looks like it's just about, well, it's over 50% full, maybe 75% full. So that means there's about 30 ml in this thing. But I couldn't see anything else on this except I could see the bottom, that it was a vintage bottle, and I couldn't see the year. So let's take a look at the batch code real quick and see if we can determine what year this was produced. There it is, UKKD. So the second letter, the K, tells us what year that this was produced. This is a 1991. You can check Raiders of the Lost Scent if you want to see the listing of the batch codes in the year. So 1991. Yeah, it's a little dirty. Maybe I can clean this thing off. But I just bought this to wear. This wasn't a collector's item or anything like that. It was cheap enough. It was like 800 yen. Which is like $6. So $5 and change, maybe $6 for this 30 ml. Vintage Armani. Maybe I'll wear this one out today, or maybe I'll wear this one out today. So let's take a look at the star of the show. I never heard of Davidoff Relax before, but I was scrolling through the website where I'm shopping on, and it's like a slot machine. It's just, you know, the slot machine where you see like the little pictures going, and when it stops, you're going to win a prize. It just looks like that when you're scrolling through pictures of fragrances, because there are gems hidden in there. And this one popped up, and I didn't know what it was. It's Davidoff Relax. I clicked on it, and I read up on it. I went to Fragrantica and saw 1990 this came out, saw the notes, and saw some comments. Went to eBay, hundreds of dollars, discontinued vintage fragrance. And I said, oh, that looks like a pretty good deal. So I picked it up for about $10, 1,200 yen, 1,200 yen, 10 bucks. Now this is the aftershave version of it. I haven't seen an eau de toilette that I remember on this website, but this looks like a full bottle. Let's check it out. It twists off. We got to be careful here. Let's look at this and see how full it is. It's nearly to the top. So this is a nearly full bottle. Actually, we want to look at the bottom. So let's put the top back on. We don't want to spill it all over the place. 75 ml bottle. Looks like the main difference between the eau de toilettes and the aftershave is just the aftershave has much less alcohol in it. Batch code 42022. This batch code comes up on CheckFresh as a 2024. Which is not possible, but it repeats every 10 years. So 2024, 2014, 2004, probably 1994. So this fragrance came out in 1990. There is no perfumer listed for Relax, but in the comments, somebody said that it was produced by Michel Almerac. So that might be possible. Seems realistic, but I'm not sure. The notes are tarragon, mint, lavender, bergamot, and lemon in the top notes. In the middle notes, bay leaf, patchouli, anise, heliotrope, cedar, vetiver, jasmine, and geranium. Base notes are vanilla, leather, amber, benzoin, oak moss, and tonka bean. There's some kind of creature design on the back of the bottle. I think that's a centaur, right? A centaur. Let's see what it smells like. The all-important smell test. Let's splash some onto the hand. Now, this is supposed to have a beau de jour type scent profile, according to some of the comments. You know, Tom Ford, beau de jour, which is kind of like a modern barbershop type fougere fragrance. Let's see how it smells. All right, my initial impressions, I get this masculine, somewhat of a heavy, a vintage masculine fragrance from this, like a powerhouse fragrance from the 80s. At first, it was a little bit on the herbal side, which makes sense given some of the notes. I do smell the oak moss and a little bit of the leather, the stuff that gives it that heavy, that rugged scent. The lighter notes, they do keep it a little bit, yeah, on the lighter side, meaning the mint, the bergamot, the lemon, the jasmine. Keeps it from totally being a darker fragrance. Of course, this is just the aftershave version. I don't know how different the eau de toilette version smells compared to this. Now, does it smell like beau de jour, or by proxy, does it smell like Davidoff Zino? I think it kind of does. How close? Maybe not that close. Maybe like 60%. It is that type of scent. So if you think of Davidoff Zino, but imagine that one with more of a leather. It's actually been years since I smelled Zino, and I'm not a huge fan of Zino. It's a little bit on the boring side for me. It's not a bad fragrance, but I just don't get excited from it. I kind of like this one better. To me, this smells like Zino with some more interesting notes. That's really the best I can do, just off this first impression. I've been smelling it for a few minutes here. But this is a gem for sure. I can't believe it. eBay. I saw a recent sale on eBay for this. Same bottle, 75 ml, nearly full bottle. $186. I think it's crazy for an aftershave Davidoff Relax. But that's what people are paying for these discontinued vintage rare fragrances that they can't get in USA. It's just amazing that these are lying around in Japan. I mean, that is, I'm being Captain Obvious, right? That's the basis of this channel, is I'm finding these gems. People just buy it. People bought it a long time ago. They tried it once or twice. They put it away and never tried it again. Either they didn't like it, or just the Japanese culture where it's seen as rude if you wear fragrance out in public because you might disturb people. So they bought the brand name stuff. I mean, Davidoff, I don't know if it was expensive back in the day, but Armani was. They bought the brand name stuff because they like brand names, and they tried it or even left it in the box and didn't even open it up. I'm finding some stuff that's 20, 30 years old that's still sealed. And they didn't have a way to get rid of it. And now they do with the internet and these apps. They can clear out their house and sell everything online. And I'm here to reap the benefits of that. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe if you want to see more discontinued vintage rare and interesting fragrance finds here in Japan. This fragrance kind of reminds me of that awesome 80s song from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Do you guys remember that song, Relax? You don't remember it? You know you're going to go to YouTube and watch that song after you watch this video. You got to. That song is so cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day out there. And hit me with that laser beam.